Since the beginning of time, or at least the beginning of television, we've been documenting our surroundings for a nominal fee. Tonight, we document those documentaries with your old pal Wes and the Reverend Jeff Kelly. This is Bigfoot Documentaries Uncensored.
So you get high and then you put other people who smoke weed in jail?
Duh.
That's so hypocritical.
Hey, oh, yeah? Hey. Let me ask you something, Kumar. You like giving hand jobs?
No, sir.
You like getting hand jobs?
Yeah.
All right, well, that makes you a fucking hypocriticizer, too. So shut the fuck up and smoke my weed.
That's right. I am your host, the hypocriticizer, Reverend Jeff Kelly, and this is Bigfoot Talks Uncensored. That's right. Adult content with adult people. So people, if your 13-year-old is listening to this, turn it off because he's not supposed to. Anyhow, with me as always is your old pal Wes Losner of weslosner.com. How you doing, buddy?
Sorry, I wanted to squeeze out a cuss word before the kids got out of the room.
Well, you know, it's going to be like that tonight. And I got news for you. This ain't one to sit around with the kiddies because we're going to get serious on this one tonight. Boggy Creek 2, the legend continues. That's right, 1985. Geez, you know, well, as we were doing pre-show tonight, we figured out we actually missed the return to Boggy Creek. So that'll actually be next week's show. So you'll have the whole trilogy package wrapped up. But I can't imagine by far that it's going to beat this one. IMDb says the description is a single sentence, and it's all it needs. Professor and students camp out to find Bigfoot-type creature. Yes, sir, indeed. Charles B. Pierce, written and directed by Charles B. Pierce. Sold on delivery by Charles B. Pierce, licensed by Charles B. Pierce. Basically, that dude did everything about this one. Cindy Butler is Leslie Ann Walker. Chuck Pierce Jr. is the handsome Tim Thornton. Jimmy Clem is Old Man Crenshaw. Boy, we're going to talk about Old Man Crenshaw. Serena Hedden as Tanya Yazzie. And the rest we'll talk about as we get there. But man, oh man, this one is quickly becoming this is going to be a staple. I'll have to watch this one once a month now. Jeez almighty. Wes, tell me about it, dude. What's your initial thoughts on this one?
I liked it, you know, but now let's just say this, okay? It's not a documentary by any means.
No, it's definitely a docudrama, though, because it was presented in documentary style.
Very much like that. I liked it though. It was good. It was creepy. Could have. I always critique the fuck out of shit. So like, you know, the music, you know, and some of the acting, you know.
Come on, man! It's 1985. This is Knight Rider. This is like, you know, Man Beast time. This is the time of the 80s. This is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think this is right around we're talking about crappy actors with crappy acting with crappy movies because that's all we knew how to make. And this sucker had a budget of about $2,500. But at least the cameras that they filmed it on did give it a cinematic film. I felt like I should have been at the drive-in looking through crappy, dirty-ass windows trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so it starts out, you know, like every other one so far with the music and the animal footage going through the creek,
no. Come on now. The very first thing we started out with was swimming.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean, everything, like you got, you know, your animals and everything. You get the deer.
You see a little bubble in the water.
Yeah. And you hear that crazy music, you know. And then you just see this huge struggle going on and blood. And
see Biggie's arm come up out of the water and snatch old Mr. Deer up, boy.
Yeah. And then I just have it written just holy shit, you know, what a beginning, you know, like just like let's rip a deer's head off, and then it shows the creature dragging the deer's body out of the creek and stuff, like into the woods. Yeah, and then they cut to this football game.
Yeah, I was like, you know? I was immediately like, what the hell is going Football. Did I turn the water boy back on? Because I've been watching the water boy. I got something to say about once we get these characters introduced here. They cut to the they cut to the football game, and we get introduced to what's that fellow's name, Mr. Dr. Lockhart, right?
Yeah, Brian C. Lockhart. But his friends call him Doc.
His friends call him Doc. Let's take a picture. Let's take a quick look at old Doc here. Now take a good look at this for a moment. Okay, now let it burn in real good while I pull up something else here for you that you're just gonna blow your friggin' mind. I was watching The Waterboy right before I started watching this, and that's when it hit me. Old Doc Lockhart looks just like old Coach Red Bayou.
Crawfish dinner is 5 crawfish dinner.
So for like the whole rest of the movie, that's all I kept calling him was Coach Bayou. How you doing, Coach Bayou? Oh Lord, and look at them, dude. They got that same dumbass look on their face.
Yeah.
Anyhow, moving on. The Biggie that's the damn deer out of the head. We're at the football game, and that's where we get introduced to the good old doctor.
Yeah, so they, introduced, Dr. Lockhart or whatever, and then the young dude, I didn't catch his name all the times I watched the movie. And
Tim,
they
say called his name Tim.
Yeah, well, you know what? They say his name probably like 20,000 times in this movie, and I didn't catch it.
They literally could have left that dude like out of the movie, and it would have been fine.
Poodle. I call her Poodle. I don't know. She had
hair. Dude, the girl with the curly hair, Leslie Ann Walker, played by Cindy Butler.
Yeah.
I got the actual credits up here. I'm going to cheat a little bit while we talk about the intro.
Hardcore.
Oh, she had that whole Jenny. She had that whole what's that exercise person's thing? Richard Simmons thing going on, I think.
And then there's my sweet Tanya Muffin.
Oh boy, Tanya Yazzie, Serena Hidden. Woo, boy, she had that whole southern. I mean, their Arkansas accents were just atrocious. Southern accents were like, you people suck. But this was definitely not Arkansas people playing Arkansas people. That one's for sure.
Yeah, so they basically, as they're introducing them, they're driving, in this little Jeep. And they're driving a Texas Arcana, or I don't know. I probably said that wrong. Sorry.
I got corrected by Matt Knapp. Now I gotta speak up here for just a moment. Now I got corrected by our fans that says it's Texas Arcana, or Texas Arkansas, or not Arkansas. But then Matt said he was born in Arkansas, and he says there's definitely a W in that word somewhere. So y'all gotta fight it out amongst yourselves. We're just gonna pronounce it Arkansas and move on.
Well, so then they stop in this little store, and he's ordering ammo, and then dude's like asking him, are you doing hunting or something like that? And he tells no, I'm looking for the Boggy creature, and then all the people laugh and make their jokes, and everything, and they say, there's likely to be people, dressing in monkey suits and stuff like that. And dude, he was like, well, you just me, I will shoot a monkey if it jumps out at me, I'm like, why? Like, oh man, dude. Yeah, so it was kind of a little moment where you saw that dude had some balls and like told them country folk, don't fuck with me.
I'm here to tell you, I think there is something out there, and I'm here to find out for sure whether or not it's really there. So you could laugh if you want to.
Yeah, and then I just have in my notes, because this is where it zooms in on this broad. Just, whoa, because of her hair. Like, it was just crazy how poofed out this broad's hair was. And I gotta remember, it's not the time that I'm in, And
it looked like it looked like Sarah Connor's roommate's hair in the original Terminator.
Mm-hmm. Just hella permed out. But so they get to that. Well, it's not his farm anymore, but they get to where it was Slogan's farm, and they start looking at his barn. Where he had that sighting where he saw it. fucking standing in the barnway and
just hands up.
You know
shoot.
what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just, like we've done these a few times. So I mean, it's basically you're gonna see their rendition of their Bigfoot suit. Yeah, and it's gonna waddle off, and you're gonna get back to a nice little musical jaunt through the highway as they're driving through town, and then you get this creepy kind of like alien kind of music, and they pull up and there's something dead in the road, and what I think it's the same deer that fucking Bigfoot dragged out of the creek, but then why would he just ditch a deer in the middle of the road?
After he went through all of that cloak and dagger snorkel act to get the deer, why would he leave it there? But maybe he was pulling another one out of there and got spooked off by the car coming. Yeah,
what is he got gills or something? I don't
know. Why is the
I
head
never
gone?
even understood that.
Why do you rip the head off? That doesn't make any sense. There's good brain meat in there.
I don't know.
Yummy.
So then they stop, they make camp,
Oh, wait, no, dude. You can't skip over the camp. I have a picture of that. This camp is like, if you were going to envision a 1980s camp for Bigfoot, this is it. Check this sucker out. Oh, dude, they got the brand new 1985 Jeep Renegade 5-inch lift with a front brush guard and the winch included. Your 1985 Winnebago pop-up along with the kids' Winnebago tent. And dude, now when they first make camp, what's the first thing that they show? Now, this is a horror movie. This is a Bigfoot. This is a scary movie. What's the first thing that they show when they cut out the camp?
Butt shot.
Yeah, dude. No, it's even creepier than that.
I saw
it
butt
is
cheeks
so
right there,
very creepy. Okay, so dude comes out of the tent, right? And he's looking over there towards the pop-up. Now look at his eyes. It's like, you're like, what's dude looking at? Because you're just like following along here. That's okay. It gets even creepier than that. They cut over to what dude's freaking creeping on, and it's this chick in the pop-up getting dressed with her butt hanging out. That's when old Uncle Creepy's like checking the hell out, dude. Is this chick putting on her pants? And then he stares at her the whole time while she pulls him up and like gets her freaking belt situated. And then the after look is just like so freaking epic that it's just, oh, here you go. I mean, it's just, damn. I'm my kind of woman. That's the look the dude's got on his face here. It's just amazing. And because it was so funny, I decided to go ahead and grab it in a little 3-piece for you. It's like, oh yeah, this needs to be a meme. I'll have to do that after the show. We'll figure out what captions to put on this. But there you have it, folks. The creepiest Uncle Feely Hands moment of the entire movie. And luckily, we'll talk about that at the end, what happens. But there you have it, folks. Creepiest moment of the whole movie that had nothing to do with Bigfoot.
Yeah. And I have it written there, butt shot, but then you know what? There's many more of those.
Yeah, so but not as bare-assed.
Yeah, well, yeah, but still good ones, So guys, good movie.
Oh yeah, well, it depends. If you've got the eyeball for the tall, dark, and thick, this is definitely the movie for you.
But so they go on through another musical narrated drive through, the hills and everything. And then they stop at this old house and they're looking around. And next thing you know, this crazy ass fucking dog just starts charging at them. And so
it was Cujo. I mean, it was straight up Cujo.
And like, even in this scene where they're running away from the dog, I have it in my notes. Tanya's butt cheeks are looking nice when she's running away from dogs.
Because it was nut huggers and lip readers for everybody. I felt like Oprah was there. She's like, nut huggers for you, nut huggers for you, nut huggers for you. Everybody gets nut huggers.
Yeah, so I just have it. It was a crazy ass dog because it had foam all on its mouth, and then like, dude, like the fucking professor, fucking Doc, like. I'm counting he's got a revolver in his hand.
He's got 6 shots.
So I'm counting his shots, and he's blah, 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 shooting the floor and shit. He realizes that there's a hole in the damn ground and they freak out. So then the dude's like, the other kid, you know, whatever the fuck his name was, Tim. Or whatever.
Tim runs back to the
fucking runs the door, the dog back at the door somehow, like magically, like, you know,
trying to bite Tanya's butt.
Yeah, so then the dude runs up and fucking turns around and starts clicking his gun. And next thing you know, the kid's got the rifle, blasts the dog, you know.
I'm sorry, Timmy. Lassie had to be put down.
The kid goes, "Is it dead?" And he goes, "No, but he's dying.
Let's get out of here."
And they're just all, "Let's get out of here." And they just leave that fucking dog. I mean, yeah, that dog tried to kill you, but I mean, damn, you know, show a little, yeah. A little compassion. And it just blew my mind. It blew my mind that the professor
of anthropology would let someone
professor of anthropology, Mr. Doctor, PhD, woohoo, grade 12, fucking, he doesn't understand that a revolver only, and he just kept going, just click, click, click.
Like there's going to be an extra bullet in there miraculously. Yeah. It's like, did you reload? Do you have bullets in your nut huggers? How many bullets can you hold in your nut huggers?
Yeah, because this guy, he kept going around and just, dude, like, you know, he reminded me of, I don't know what cop show that was with that ginger-headed guy with the glasses, like, you know, I don't know. Someone probably, you know what? Someone probably gets that right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Maybe put your marks in the comments down there.
Yeah. So, anyways, they move on and make camp, and this is where I noted, you know, everyone in the fucking camp is wearing booty shorts at this moment, even the guy. And it's like, what the fuck's going on, you know? And then they do another narrated montage where dude's talking about the creature, and then they talk about a sighting, supposedly, of Otis Tucker, who had a blowout on the road. Yeah.
Otis Tucker. Now, he had the shittiest lights ever in a truck. I mean, literally, his truck was like, I mean, I don't know what the hell happened. They were bright as fuck as he came around the corner, blew out the tire, and then all of a sudden, his damn lights just went to absolute shit.
Yeah. But this is another thing about the Otis Tucker story, okay? This is a story that was made up by someone, obviously, and this dumbass doctor doesn't understand this whole fact right here, okay? Is this guy was alone when he had this sighting. The creature freaking grabbed him and like shook him, and he went into a coma and never came out.
So who told the story?
Exactly. Who the fuck told the fucking story is what I want to know. Like,
there always they broke one of the carnal laws of horror movies. There always has to be a little old lady with Otis to be able to tell the story.
I just don't get it. But this is really big in my fucking notes right here. They had a motherfucking psychometrizer. 5,000.
The psychometrizer 5,000 deluxe. Hell yeah. Wait. I got a picture. Let's show the people the psychometrizer 5,000. Holy crap. And as a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and make comment to it while we're talking about it. We're not the first ones to talk about this movie. Mystery Science Theater 3000 did it a long ass time ago, and I need to rewatch this. But there it is, people. The psychometrizer 5,000. That bad boy had radar, a CB radio, communications, all out of this tent, all out of this little camper. We couldn't quite figure out where it was getting powered from, but hey, maybe it was propane. I don't know.
It could tell you how tall it is. It could tell you how heavy it is.
Yeah, dude, that was
holy shit.
Cutting edge psychometrizer 5,000. If the results come out of that computer the way I expect it to, we ought to know exactly where to go and find them. That's some psychometrizing right there, boy.
I'd psychometrize the fuck out of Tanya. That's all I can say. So then there's, they're looking at the screen. They're, running their tests. Dude psychometrizing the fuck out of the fucking shit. And then they notice a little blip
So when they do
extra on the screen,
they put little Timmy out there because nobody really gives a shit about him. But they put Tanya out there as bait. They're like out doing perimeter walks out there with the bears and the mountain lions and with the alligators, whatever the fuck else is living in the swamp down there. And all of a sudden, an extra blip shows up, and they start psychometrizing the new blip.
Yeah. And so at one point, Doc runs up with his gun, and he hears something, and he's like, "I smell you," and he's waving his gun around. So then they go back in the tent, and they're looking around for Tim or whatever the hell his name is. And so like, then he just pops up like, "Boo!"
Hey,
and they're like, "Boy, you get the hell out of me!" Yeah.
Where you been, boy?
Yeah, so then it gets dark, and then it's late, and the blip comes back, and it shows it like
now.
circling. Yeah, it's
going away from
circling
camp.
the whole camp.
Let's watch it for a while. It's right between 350 and 400 pounds. Psychometrizing like a mofo.
Yeah, and then it gets really close, and then somehow the power goes out. And then they have one of those
Queen starts. Jesus, the curly-headed girl was the
yeah, poodle.
Stop friggin' screaming. That's what it's like. Bitch, shut up. Okay, you're out in the friggin' mountains in the woods with the people. Shut up, please.
So they have that moment where it's like, oh, what's his name or whatever the fuck his name is, Tim or whatever. Fucking
Tim's dead.
He says, "Oh, I forgot to put gas in the generator." So they go out there and they play with scary music, Yeah, and so they get the gas in there.
Yeah, go ahead. They get the gas in there, get the generator started back up.
The kid sees the creature, and then the dude, Doc, like looks at what he's seeing and looks up and sees the creature himself, and then he says, "Talk to me." And then the creature kind of like gurgles or something. So the dude just blasts him in the chest with a dart gun.
Yeah, with a tranquilizer gun.
Yeah, rips the dart out, throws it out, and you just hear that.
It's like, dude, I don't know. It was a deep throat or something. I don't know. Hey, let's take a quick break right here. Let's talk about the art of the week, dude. This one is really cool. I like this one a lot. It's definitely got that squatchy kind of feeling every time you get into the woods where it's all green like that. What is the name of this one?
Tree Peeker.
Peekaboo, bitches.
Yeah.
That's just kind of creepy.
I had fun with this one. It was one of the, I think, like the second one I ever started, like when I started painting the paintings that I've been doing.
He's got that smile on his face, like, I'm gonna get you, bitches.
Yeah, you don't know where my daddy's at.
Did you check behind your tent before you went to sleep? We'll get you. How long does it take to paint something like this?
I set it aside when I'm at work. So like in between tattoos, I'll set up my easel and I'll like give like an hour or two, and sometimes I'll give more than that. So I don't know. I would say combined maybe like 4 or 5 hours, maybe even more. Sometimes it just depends on how big. Like this one's like 11 by 14 inches, so it didn't take too long.
Right on. Well, you can get this one out shipped to you if you go out to westlosner.com and click the buy it now, mofo, because everything is still on sale until the end of the month. But come the end of the month, you're screwed. So I would rush my butt out to westlosner.com and check out all the art you want to get before it goes off sale. All right, let's move on. So we've got Biggie getting shot in the chest with a dart and going, F you, buddy. I ain't worrying about that. And we're moving on.
Yeah, so then it's got Doc talk to himself, and he was talking about how he was baffled that the creature kept coming back to the camp. And then I'm like thinking, like, do you hear how loud your fucking generator is? Like, anything that is trying to sleep is going to get pissed off at that shit going, all damn night. You know, so I was just like, well, that's why. You know, it's not because of you guys. You know, but then so like the next day they're like driving in the truck, and he wanted to like calm everyone down after the night they had, so he told them the story of old Oscar Cold Fodder.
Oscar Cold Fodder. We need to lighten up the mood here just a little bit. We're going to talk about old Oscar. And old Oscar was married to who?
A very handsome woman.
Do you remember her name?
Look at the fucking gentleman I am. Fuck.
Her name was Myrtle.
Myrtle, yeah.
Myrtle was her
I thought
name.
that was the name of a cow or something.
No, he said, "Hey, Myrtle, get me the Sears Roebuck catalog." I don't think he was talking to a cow.
Well, that's debatable. But anyways, so yeah, he's looking for his.
He's gonna take a deuce. He's got to go out to the outhouse and drop a deuce, and
he would rather shit himself and ruin his pants if he doesn't get that goddamn catalog before he can go out there. So then they pan to him. He's running out there ripping his freaking overalls down because he's got shit. You hear, and then you just pan into him just looking at these like old. He's
looking at the bras.
He's
looking at the bra and panty section of the Sears Roebuck catalog because he's going to use that for toilet paper. That's what he wanted the catalog for. He's going to use that for toilet paper.
And so he starts hearing the noise, and he's like, "Goddamn cows can't take a crap."
Leave me alone, you
and so then he's like, "Myrtle, that you?" I thought he was talking about like a certain cow or something like that. Well,
she's a handsome, fine Arkansas woman, I'm sure.
She was, you know. But yeah, so next thing you know, you hear a little growl and an arm reaches in, you know, like, and so dude like freaks out, jumps up, and his foot kind of like slides into the shitter.
Puts his foot in the shitter. Oh, damn it, man. So then, like, that shitter must have been full because he like stepped directly onto shit. It was like through the bowl. It was like down 4 inches, and you were in shit. It was just all the way up his pant leg to his knee.
Oh, and so why? Yeah, she comes galloping out, and
go get me that catalog, Myrtle. I got to clean off my pants.
Yeah, she says, you know, that it's going to take more than that. You're going to need water. So you just see her just talking shit to him, and she's spraying him with the hose.
But what I couldn't figure out is if they got
nasty.
If they got indoor water enough with a hose, why the fuck don't they have indoor plumbing? Why is homeboy out back in the shit house?
Yeah, there's a lot of like mixed things, but hey, it's Falk, Arkansas, Texarkana, whatever the fuck, Arkansas, you know. Hey,
Arkansas.
We can it's that place where this took place, is what we can say. So, anyways. Freaking Doc calls up this Deputy Williams, and they meet up to have an interview, have some coffee and stuff. And old Williams talks about how he was fishing, came home, and he's walking to his shed, you know, because his wife don't want his stink ass fish, you know, cleaned in the cabin. So he's walking around the back of the cabin or shed or whatever, and then this little juvenile just jumps out of nowhere.
This monkey jumps him,
strangling him.
I think I got a picture of that here somewhere in the mix. Nope, I didn't. I wasn't able to get it because it was so damn dark. Parts of the movie were very difficult to see, but yeah, Baby Sam Squanch is jumping him for his fish.
Yeah, and so just jacks the fish, walks up and gets up by what looked like a fucking huge fucking Bigfoot, you know, compared to that little one, you know, like. So
and these were real suits. I do have a picture of the suits with the two of them together to actually kind of give you a size idea of what they look like. This is the baby Bigfoot and the big Bigfoot being picked up right there at the store you're talking about.
Yeah,
where it just jumped off of his back and kept a fish in his hand. I mean, that's how big the character suit is in this movie. It's huge. Whoever played it was a big dude.
Because look at that fence. That's a tall fence. You know, like.
And there was no CGI back then.
Hell no. So through that story and everything, and then tells Doc to go talk to old Crenshaw. Says old Crenshaw will complain about, the creatures coming around his cabin all the damn time and shit.
He won't let me sleep. I'm Old Man Crenshaw. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Now, before we get to Old Man Crenshaw, now we got to talk about the Jeep and the girls. Now, the girls decide to go out adventuring on their own.
Yeah, that's well, no, they don't go up to Crenshaw just yet. That's when they mentioned.
They learned Crenshaw. It right. Okay, so moving on. All right, just wanted to make sure we didn't miss that part.
You know what's so funny is that you're saying that, and that's the next part.
I thought so. Okay.
In my notes, that's so funny because it's back to camp, and then they ate bologna and pork and beans.
Right.
And then the guys are out looking around after they had their meal, and the girls steal the Jeep.
Yeah. And then this to it. Like every damn dumb, I don't know. Yeah. They just bury it clear up to the axles. Can't do anything with it till after dark and Biggie's running around. And then all of a sudden they realize, well, there's a winch on the front of this thing. Well, son of a bitch, that'd have been good to know before the damn sun went down, bitch. Thanks. Yeah. Wow.
So it's like 8:00 too, and the guys are like in the camp, like wondering where they are as these girls are trying to fucking figure out their fucking Jeep, and they're smoking a blunt.
Well, they're smoking something.
This is me narrating. They're smoking a blunt. So they're smoking a blunt and they're talking about them chicks, and then so these. Smart because you know what? Like honestly, like I probably would have sat in that motherfucker all goddamn night and not even read the manual on how to do any of that shit.
Like, F it out, man. I'm just gonna lay up in here. We'll worry about it in the morning. But one girl was like, honk the horn. Maybe they'll hear it and come. Damn right, you honk the horn. You can't be that far from camp. You know you're right around there. I'd be laying on that. I'd be setting the woods on fire, dude. Somebody's coming to find me.
Yeah. So then, you get that nice little scene where Tanya falls in the mud. And then they start playing that creepy space music. And to just have, that I'm... At that moment when they were playing that music, I was laughing my ass off because, like, I just, like... Why that? To play it, like, because it was like space music,
Yeah,
like,
it didn't make any. It was almost like an episode of Star Trek.
Yeah, it was, and then so they're trying to winch the Jeep, and they were getting it going, and then that's when they saw the creature. So then they just leave the truck running and run the fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, well, okay, fuck it, it's not that important. You only got to have to guess.
Yeah, so it's like it shows the guys in the camp, and they're like, it's like 11 something. We should probably go looking for him, and then
4 hours later, right? It's like that blunt must have been a really freaking good blunt, dude. They must have taken a nap or something.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It was a blunt, and they were smoking some of that good Alabama Kush.
Some of that good Alabama Kush. That's right.
But so they psychometrize that blip. And it's both the girls coming back to camp, and they're all covered in fucking mud. And so this is the scene where I'm like, one of the things where I like am like, okay,
well, wait,
your acting sucks ass. Like,
yeah, but what did Tanya say while they were stuck in the Jeep? Hang on, what did she say?
It's gonna take more than 4 wheels to get us out of this hole.
That's right. It's gonna take more than 4 wheels to get us out of this hole. Oh yeah. God, there you go, boys. Deep, dark.
So then this is where Tanya tells Doc that she saw the creature, Then the other chick says something about it, like, yeah, we saw it, blah, blah, blah. And Doc goes, what'd you say? Like, just asking to repeat themselves. And then fucking Poodles starts wigging the fuck out. Like, why don't you believe me, motherfucker? Like,
he's like, I didn't hear you.
Did he say?
I was drifting off because my blunt and, my head didn't work too good. Can you tell me what you said? That's all I asked. Damn.
Holy shit, man.
Look, honey, it ain't you. It's me, okay? I got to go home and work on myself.
Yeah, if anyone knows, I've been around some bipolar ass females, and that is a bipolar ass female right there. Let me just tell you. But anyways, so it goes into more music and him talking and shit. Like I drift off when he starts talking. But they're head to the. Well, I lost respect for him when he walked out in them shorts.
As soon as he hit the nut huggers, it was like, whoop, that doctorate degree just wasn't a shitter.
Yeah, you wear those in the Nutsack River, bud. Not here.
That's right.
All right. Nooksack. Anyways, they're headed for the Sulphur River. And so then it cuts to people swimming. You start getting that, like, Jaws-y kind of creepy, like, and then you see the bubbles, so you're thinking someone's about to get their ass handed to them and
Squid's
shit.
Just gonna eat a kid, boy. He's just gonna gobble him right the hell up. That's what we thought.
Yeah, and it's a kid wearing like a Toxic Avenger mask and shit like this.
You scared the shit out of this, Timmy. Stop it.
So they go to rent this boat, and I think you made the same comment about this shit that I did. Is they go to rent this boat, and the guy is telling them, yeah, I got this one boat that you can rent for $5 an hour, blah, blah, blah. Or I got the larger boat, all equipped, that you could have for $25 a day. He says, all right, we'll take the larger boat. So they cut to the scene where they're waiting for this boat, and they're showing the $5 boats right in front of, and they're like those paddle boats that you sit and you paddle on and shit. On a river that they have no business fucking doing those things. And then this guy comes scooting up in a boat that is the same size as these motherfuckers.
It's like a 12-foot John boat with like a 3 horsepower engine on the back of that bitch. Here's the bigger boat, sir.
Yeah.
So they pile the 4 of them in there. The damn thing's about to sink.
Yeah, so then they're starting their little journey. And then it shows this dude just, look at me, babe. I'm going to hop on this jet ski.
Dude, for 1985, the Kawasaki Jet Ski 440 CR. That's right. They lent us one for the movie, so we have to feature it, and it's going to run circles around your boat for exactly 30 seconds. Thank you, Yamaha.
Yeah. So dude does his little circling, and you get the bubbles and the creepy music. And then dude falls off his little jet ski, but then he gets back on. Nobody gets to see.
Yeah, poor Sam Squinch. The cardinal rules weren't broken in this movie. We'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah. Well, so then you go through now you're not in a Jeep anymore. So he is going to narrate on everything with music. Of course, there's always music. So
and we're looking for Crenshaw. Yeah, they're going down to Old Man Crenshaw's house.
Yeah, so they get to Old Man Crenshaw's.
Oh, let's give him a picture of the introduction to Old Man Crenshaw. Boy, if I ever needed me a pair of jeans, coveralls, bib style, it's right about now, don't you think?
What the hell is that headband?
I think that's like the other part of the
getting on his head.
I think that's the other side of the bib coverall. When he needs to pull the other side up, he takes that off his head and uses that to tie that one. Because the straps done gave up a long ass time ago. That might be his underwear strap up there at this point. Who the hell knows? But boy, I
just have he's gnarly, just gnarly.
How you doing, cousin?
Yeah, that's how I have written right in my notes right now. Holy shit, you snuck in here, man. That's what I have written right there.
How you doing, cousin?
Yeah, so then he sits him down. My bark's bigger than my bite, and gets him to sit down. They start talking
Hitting
and all
on the
that crap.
girls.
And
Boy, you man's
yeah,
kind of
so
a
then
bitch.
he hands that girl. He hands my Tanya muffins.
Yeah, he pulls out a can of snuff. He pulls out a can of chew in the Copenhagen or Skull or something, takes him a big old wad and puts it up in his cheek, and he hands it around to the girls. He's like, "You want some of that?" And the one girl's like, "Ew, no." And Tanya, boy, I take some of that. Puts it right down in her cheek. Like, damn, girl, you put a nasty ass snuff in your mouth. What the hell else are you putting in your mouth? Anyhow,
that show
just
is
one step up, boy.
Take
one more point in the Tanya mark.
Yeah, so then old Crenshaw is talking about how he can't get a bit of sleep and how the creatures kept coming around.
Are screaming, yelling, coming all around the house, all hours of the day and night. Can't get no.
Yeah, and so this storm starts coming in, and then Doc and them start noticing that this dude has like brush piles like surrounding the area. So then.
Well, we can't be out on the river in that storm. You better go on up in the house there, girls. I got to tend to my fires.
Yeah, so then Crenshaw comes inside, and it's starting to get dark, and he's talking to Doc, and he's like, "Let me tell you something, cousin. I got something that I got to show you, And so they go back in this back room, and you're thinking they're gonna fight or something, and dude opens the door,
gut him or something, yeah.
Yeah, and so dude opens this other door, and you just see this like Planet of the Apes little baby creature.
I have it. I have the baby Sam Squanch. I couldn't resist not bringing up a picture of the baby Sam Squanch. It's just so bad. There we go. There he is. Just a picture of the baby Sam Squanch. He's so cute. Now he done caught him in his trap some 3-4 nights ago, and he's been sick ever since. Doc, I need you to do some doctoring on him. Yeah, you're that kind of doctor, right?
Yeah. So they go through that whole kind of doctor. Yeah. They go through that whole thing, and then so like they end up leaving the room, and then the rain puts the fire out. So you hear just shots fired, and Crenshaw's out there shooting his gun off and everything. And so Doc pulls out his super revolver that I bet he didn't even reload. And,
goes outside, gets Crenshaw. Stop right there, mister.
Yeah.
Right there.
So as soon as he does that, the monster just starts busting through the door and breaks the door down, and Doc comes out with the baby, in one of those like typical like horror movie type monster deals, gives the baby, and
hold on monster. Hold on right there. Let's take a short moment while we talk about the tattoo of the week before you get too far down the line here, mister. We still got to talk about this friggin' thing, dude. Holy crap, man. This was sweet. I mean, I don't want this on me, but the sunflowers are just badass.
Yeah,
on a chick. That's friggin' incredible.
I figured we'd, show something that shows your old pal Wes just doesn't tattoo men and skulls and
crazy demon shit.
I can do colorful girly stuff too.
He can do color pretty stuff too. You want to pair it on your shoulder. It's like the old cliche. He'll give it some talons and maybe a sword to stab in your heart. But he can get a pair it up on your shoulder if that's what you really, really want. Was this a cover up, or was this chick just like, I want a battle shoulder?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a cover up. It was the start of a sleeve. It is actually one of my good clients, and she's a real sweet girl. We ended up doing all of, down to the elbow right now is completely covered with flowers and more of that blue background. We're gonna, I think, go a quarter of the way more onto her forearm, but this is just the beginning of it.
Well, that's freaking cool. You can find these awesome tattoo designs of Mr. Wes Losner at Good Neighbor Tattoo in Escondido, California. That's just a little bit south of Los Angeles for you weirdo people out there that don't know where to find it out there in the Dust Bowl of the desert. But it's worth the drive because
North County.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the drive because, damn it, he does awesome work like this. Okay, so Professor Doc Weirdo is getting the baby Sam Squanch to hand it back over to the Super Squatch. And what happens?
The creature just takes the baby, you know, they go out into the night, and then Crenshaw goes running out there, grabs the gun from the dude, and then Crenshaw is like trying to shoot and realizes he doesn't got the shells, and fucking Doc pops out with his little, like, I got the shells, now I don't. Poof. Like he was doing some kind of magic or some shit, you know, and then you see him like, okay, now I have to put him back in my pocket.
That's right,
you know, you can't make him disappear. You're not freaking Houdini, bro. Like, yeah. So then the next day it shows, you know, and this is why I thought this dude was like that. Like, fuck,
I have the quote. I have his quote. Of course, you know that I would definitely cut that. You ready for the quote? Let's go ahead and let it run. This is what Crenshaw had to say at the very end of the show.
Well, boy, you're right about one thing. How's that? That thing ought to be left alone. To remain free and live in the wild.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so then you get the music. He starts talking about what happened and how he's not going to talk about it with anyone, and it was just an experience for him. What the fuck was all this dramatics for? Why the fucking big scene in the big beginning of the football game and all this, like, and then another thing, he didn't want the fucking girls there, it seemed like. Why invite them?
Yeah,
like,
he was always bitching about it.
To him, yeah, every scene he's talking to those girls, he's talking down to them like,
well, what did you think was going to happen when you came out here? You know, this isn't a picnic. You know, I hope you brought your clothes because I brought my jeans and my shorts. Well, of course you brought your lip readers. Everybody likes lip readers. I mean, that's just kind of funny. Now, as far as documentaries go, this is really a docudrama. Of course, this was a movie, but we're doing the Boggy Creek series, so it doesn't really matter. For me, it's a fantastic flick, dude. I watched it twice today, and I'm still happy. I'll probably watch it again sometime in the next couple of weeks just for fun. But you know, it does kind of show that type of thing that, you know, that's what people do. They get a little group together and they go off into the woods, you know, somewhere where people are saying they're seeing Bigfoot, and they set up camp and they do their investigations. And sometimes Biggie shows up, you know, and it's just kind of based on that. But as a horror movie goes, it kind of sucked. Nobody died. Not a single person died in this movie whatsoever. Well, the mystery guy of the truck, we don't know what happened to him because he disappeared. And since he was by himself and there was nobody to tell the story, maybe the story just came out that he disappeared and they made up the rest of it. Who knows? But none of the cardinal sins were broken. They weren't drinking in the woods alone. They weren't out having sex in cars. They weren't having underage sex or unwed sex. So Biggie didn't have to kill him. But he definitely did scare the shit out of him.
Yeah. And I just want to know where the fuck you get one of those psychometrizing computers.
Especially a portable one like that in 1985. Dude, that was
do they sell those at Sportsman's Warehouse? Like,
well, he is a doctor of anthropology at a major university that has a big football team. So, you know, and who the fuck was on the phone? I don't care that he's at the football game. This is too important. He has to be down here, and whenever the hell he can get here and drive with the Jeep and pick up all you people and all of his gear and everything else. So it definitely can't wait another 2 hours until the football game's over.
It was the cigarette smoking man from the X-Files.
Mr. X.
He did everything.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, this is the part of the show where I tell you about my stuff, where you go out to facebook.com/S-Lounge Podcast and click like to the fan page, because if you want to see everything first, that's where it gets posted. Then if you want to join in the discussion with us, you can come out to facebook.com/groups/ Lounge, and that'll put you in the group section with us. And Wes and I hang out there like all the freaking time. It's kind of weird. Then you can find us at YouTube at youtube.com/ of course, S Lounge Podcast. And if you want to send me some hate mail, tell me how much of a hypocrite I am, you can do that at sloungepodcast at gmail.com. I'll go ahead and be expecting all of those emails. Anyhow, for this one, I want to wrap it up. I gave it 2 big My Tanya Girl thumbs up. Wes, what are you thinking, buddy?
I enjoyed Tanya. I give it 2. I give it 2 thumbs up. It's definitely a movie I probably will watch again. Just because. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's not documentary, docudrama, or whatever, but yeah.
It was definitely fun to watch.
No, yeah, it is. And I definitely think everyone should watch it. It's a good one. It
is definitely PG-13. You can watch this with your kids. I just don't suggest you watch this review of the show with your kids. But the show, as far as it goes, there's the one panty shot and a bunch of like half-naked Timmy, which we can't really figure out why he's half-naked out through the entire friggin' movie. Nobody really.
Well, they're all wearing booty shorts,
and they're all wearing booty shorts. But outside of that, it's a pretty good flick. So let's go ahead and end it there, my man. Is going to wrap it up for this one, The Boggy Creek 2, and the legend continues. Tune in next week when Wes and I will pick up and finish out the Boggy Creek trilogy with Return to Boggy Creek from 1977. So we're going to step back a few years and wrap this bad boy all the way up. So for your old pal Wes, I am the Reverend Jeff Kelly saying thanks for watching, and may the Squatch be with you. Bye-bye. Take care, and we'll see you next time round.
This is an interesting picture.
Yeah, I don't know where the fangs came from. There were no fangs in the movie, but this was the movie poster.
That's pretty weird.
Tell me something there, Wes. Do you like giving hand jobs?
No.
Do you like getting them?
Sure.
That makes you a hypocritizer too. I'll see you next week, people.